Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my Whisky Collection 2021. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my Whisky Collection 2021. In this video I'll show you all of the bottles in my collection, or should I say selection, because I don't actually like the word collection because I'm not collecting anything. All of my whiskey has been purchased to drink, and that's what I intend to do with it. I'll show you all the bottles I have open and closed, and if there's any that I've featured in previous videos, I'll let you know, and if there's any you'd like me to feature in future videos, then just let me know in the comments. On to the whiskey. Right, so first off we have the Three Ships 12-year-old from South Africa, which I have reviewed. Then we've got the Lot 40 Rye Whisky from Canada, the McMurdo Gronte Swedish Whisky, which I have reviewed, the McMurdo Moment Skogchalon, which I have reviewed, the Paul John Bold from India. Then we have the Hatazaki Pure Malt from Japan, which I have reviewed. Then we have the English Wine Cask Matured, which I have reviewed. And then we have the Dartmoor Bordeaux Cask English Whisky, which I have reviewed, and the Dartmoor Bourbon Cask English Whisky, which I have reviewed. Okay, moving on to my Bimber bottlings, we have the Recharred Oak, which I have reviewed. We have the ex-Bourbon Oak Casks Batch 1, which I have reviewed. We have the Peated Cask. We have the Oloroso Batch 2. We have the ex-Bourbon Batch 2. We have the Selfridges Exclusive. We have the Sherry Cask number 42, which I have reviewed. The Southport Whisky Festival. We have the Virgin Oak London Whisky Club Edition, which I have reviewed. And we have the Bimber Club Release number 1. Right, so we have Eagle Rare 10-year-old. We have Maker's Mark 46, which I have reviewed. We have Maker's Mark Cask Strength, which I have reviewed. We have Bullet Bourbon. We have Jim Beam Single Barrel, which I have reviewed. We have Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Barrel Strength. We have the Jack Daniel's Master Distiller Series numbers 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so starting with my Jameson bottlings, we have the original, which I have reviewed. We have the Crested, which I have reviewed. We have the Caskmates Stout Edition, which I have reviewed. And we have the Caskmates IPA Edition, which I have reviewed. We have the Caskmates 4 Pure Edition, which I have reviewed. And we have the Triple Triple. We have the Black Barrel, which I have reviewed. And we have the Crested 8 Degrees Brewing Edition. We have the Distillery Edition from the Bow Street Distillery. And then we have the Bow Street 18-year-old Cask Strength. And finally, a non-whiskey, we have the Jameson Cold Brew. Moving on to my Pierce Lyons bottlings, we have the 5-year-old Single Malt. We have the 5-year-old Single Malt Cask Strength. We have the 5-year-old Original. We have the 12-year-old Founder's Choice. We have the 7-year-old Distiller's Choice. And we have the Marriage of Malt. We have the Redbreast 12-year-old Cask Strength, which I have reviewed. We have the Green Spot Chateau Leville Barton, which I have reviewed. We have the Red Spot 15-year-old, which I have reviewed. We have the Teeling Black Pits, which I have reviewed. We have the Napoe Castle 14-year-old Twinwood, which I have reviewed. Then we have the Dubliner Coffee Stout and the Tipperary Red Wine Finish. Right, so to start off we have the Deanston 18-year-old, which I have reviewed. We have the Clynelish House of Tyrell Game of Thrones edition. We have the Glendronach, the Highland 8-year-old. We have the Glendronach Allardyce 18-year-old. We have the Glendronach Parliament 21-year-old. Then we have the Tomatin Legacy, which I have reviewed. And then we have the single cask Somerton Whisky Club edition Glen Ord, which I have reviewed. We have Glengoyne 21-year-old. We have Loch Lomond 19-year-old Port Rush. We have Loch Lomond single cask 2006. We have Oban 14, which I have reviewed. We have Glenmorangie 12-year-old La Santa. We have Glenmorangie 14-year-old Quinta Ruban. We have Glenmorangie A Midwinter Night's Dram. And we have Wolfburn Langskip, which I have reviewed. We have Craigellachie 13-year-old. We have Glenfiddich IPA edition. We have Douglas Lang Old Particular Craigellachie 12-year-old, which I have reviewed. We have Kinninvie Single Grain, which I have reviewed. We have Kinninvie Single Malt, which I have reviewed. And we have Kinninvie Blended, which I've also reviewed. The only Lowland whisky I have comes from the Glasgow distillery, and the first is the 1770 Single Malt 2019 release, which I have reviewed. And then we have the peated release number 1, which I have reviewed, and we have the 1770 Somerton Whisky Club edition. So we have the Springbank 10-year-old, we have the Springbank 12-year-old cask strength from 2020, we have the Glen Scotia Festival Edition 14-year-old Tawny Port, and the Glen Scotia Grand Tour Edition. So we have the Kilchoman Fino cask, we have the Bunhaven Moyna, we have the Bunhaven Sturadeur, we have the Ardbeg 10-year-old, we have the Lagavulin 8-year-old, which I have reviewed, we have the Lagavulin 16-year-old, which I have reviewed, and we have the Lagavulin Distillers Edition from 2017, which I've also reviewed. We have the Highland Park 13-year-old David Coulthard Edition, which I have reviewed. We have the Island 21-year-old from Tobermory, and we have the Tobermory 12-year-old. We have the Whisky Baron Somerton Club Edition, which I have reviewed. We have the Monkey Shoulder Smoky Monkey, which I have reviewed. We have the Compass Box Great King Street Artist Blend, which I have reviewed. We have the Berry Brothers and Rudd Sherry Cask Blend. We have the Exceptional Blend, which I have reviewed. We have the Johnny Walker Double Black. We have the Bell's 12-year-old Deluxe from the 1980s, which I have reviewed. And we have the Dewar's 21-year-old Double Double. So I hope you enjoyed seeing all the whiskies that I currently own. If there's any of those, as I said before, that you'd like me to review, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.